Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our next presenter, Wong. Ricky is going to share the great idea of a statistical analysis into the works of Venerable Master Hsing in over 30 years. A warm welcome to Ricky, please.
Thank you, Gutian. Good afternoon, Venerable, honorable and distinguished guests. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to be here to present a statistical analysis into the work of Venerable Master Hsing over 30 years. Master amazed me by how he started to expand and grow the monastery internationally after 20 years of establishment from 1987, which is close to the time I was born. So how does Master start to decide to expand his monastery all over the world and now having 250 temples across 5 continents based on the statistical values and figures back into the 20th anniversary publication report to predict the trend and future of Foguanshan? Since the beginning, Master always had a goal in mind to make the Buddha's light shining throughout the 3,000 rims and the Dharma water flowing across 5 continents. So the time frame of Foguanshan was first established in 1967. In the first 20 years of establishment, the development of Foguanshan starts only within the Taiwan regions. But after 20 years of development, Master starts to expand and set up monastery overseas, especially in America and Hong Kong, as the earliest point of interest. The first overseas branch temple is called Xilai Temple, which is one of the largest Buddhist temples in the Western Hemisphere. The name Xilai is a very meaningful because in Chinese it means coming to the West. 5 other Buddhist associations has been established during that time in other parts of USA and Hong Kong respectively. At that time, most of the association was first set up in the Buddhist home, president home, offices, or even restaurant to have Dharma propagations. Later on, the devotees then donate money to build temple in order to provide practical solutions for venerables to propagate Dharma. Nowadays, Foguanshan has established over 50 years, has expanded to 5 continents, which has over 250 branches, including temple, monasteries, meditation center, teaching center, whereas in Taiwan has accounted more than 75 branches in total. Also, many overseas branches has more than 25 to 30 years of history, which reflect to the time Master starts to expand, such as the London Foguanshan Temple in London, which has more than 26 years of history already. So back into the time, 30 years ago, where there's no internet, no computer, overseas communication is much harder than nowadays. Resources and talented people are harder to find. So how did Master be able to achieve this success using the big data back into the time? So now I'm going to talk about the statistical report. The first chart I'd like to share with you is going to be the Venerable age chart. As you can see, in 1967, the start of the time, to 1987, this 20 years period, chart shows that the age group of 21 to 30 years old account for most of the population, which has 383 venerable. And the age group 31 to 40 years old follows with 262 venerable. These 2 groups account for more than half of the population at the time. These 2 groups has the most energetic and talented members with their Buddhism knowledge and lifetime experience. And they have full of passion with dreams to fulfill and be able to assist Master to send the Dharma principle around the world. The second chart I would like to share with you is going to be the population chart. As you can see, in 1987, after 20 years of establishment, you can see the exponential jump in number of venerable from 131 to more than 1,000, which is an amazing number. At the time, Master was 60 years old and he decided to retire and pass it to Venerable Hsing in order for him to focus on his bigger plan to expand and promote Dharma to 5 continents. At the moment, I would like to share with you a quote by Master. He often said, he don't have time to grow old. That's why even now, he still has planned to expand. Nowadays, there are more than 1,900 venerable across 250 branches in the globe. As you can see in this chart of the comparison before, the number of temples has increased by 9 times from 1987 to now. whereas the number of Venerable has increased almost double. Over this 30 years period, number of Venerable has only increased by 900 compared to 1987. These differences is because many Venerable have been retired, as well as the birth rates have been reduced year by year, with policies such as one-child and birth control. The third chart I would like to share with you is going to be the academic qualification chart. Surprisingly, as you can see from the chart, in 1987, more than 500 Venerable hold a university degree, which has over half of the populations, and some Venerable has even higher qualifications, such as master or PhD. The figure proves that Venerables is very highly educated with good technical knowledge in different areas. As a result, masters see the potential to expand the branch internationally. So in here, I would like to also mention a quote by Master. Master, everyone is very good at finding treasure, rare goods, but Master is good at finding and searching for talented people. That's the reason why there's so many talented people in Fo South. And the last chart I would like to share with you is going to be the expertise. As you can see in this chart, most of Venerable were working as an accountancy before. That is one of the reasons why they have recording data since the beginning to be able to store all those valuable data information. Other popular field that he has taken into account is language. Master has account language in the table, as language is very important for him to understand the potential to promote Dharma and set up monastery in overseas country. From the table, you can see that English speaking is among the highest compared to other language, and the second one is Cantonese. That is one of the reasons why Master start to expand in Hong Kong and America accordingly, based on the resources. So all the Venerable have enabled Master to propagate the Dharma in all places and to spread humanistic Buddhism to every part of the world and implant it to the deepest part of everyone's hearts. And the fact I would like to share with you guys is Venerable Miaoxian has been assigned by Master to Germany to set up the first monastery 30 years ago. Whereas Venerable Manqian, at the same time, has been assigned to Australia to set up the first monastery as well. Master also organized and hold many international forums and conferences to communicate with expertise from overseas. For example, Master has held the 5th academic conference in 1987. One of the reasons Venerable has a good academic background and knowledge is because Master always finds the best and talented teachers and expertise to hold seminars and share knowledge to all Venerable to expand their knowledge and skills to propagate Dharma. So as you can see, this is one of the maps that can show you the branches all over the world. And the link, you can go to the link to see the address of each temple as well. So I was always amazed by what Master has achieved and reached since I was born. He has written more than 365 books in total, and he's very good at foreseeing future trends based on big data. I believe he's the only Venerable who applied big data at the time to predict the trend and future. And I'm amazed by his attitude towards learning new things and also catching up with the world in order to propagate Dharma. Thank you.